Well, hello there, interwebs. It's a get ready with me. So, I got super sick this weekend. My oldest daughter, Cordelia, was sick and throwing up on Friday night into Saturday morning. I didn't throw up at all, but I had a fever that would not let go for an entire day. I posted in my video yesterday, I was in a sickness coma for the entire Sunday. Took me a really long time yesterday to adjust to not being sick, because, oh my freaking God, it held on. But, in any case, pretty sure Doug got it, because he threw up last night. Still went to work today because, you know, he's a badass. But, one of my younger daughters, Willow, is homesick today from it. And I had to call the school to call her off, right? Sounds simple enough. Except that I absolutely despise having to make any phone calls to any school, anything, ever. I hate it. Everybody's in a bad mood. Nobody ever has a happy demeanor. Like, I get it, right? Mondays suck, Fridays suck. You would expect, like, occasionally, you know what I mean, for people to have a shitty attitude. But I'm telling you what, man, it would be incredibly difficult for someone at most of our districts, anything, to ever develop phone etiquette. I swear. It should be a basic skill. It really should. And there's a huge part of me that goes, you know what? I have such horrible interactions with every administrator at my kid's school. I'm really hoping that they are a lot better with kids. Like, I really do. Although I'm starting to lose hope in how good they might be. Or I hope that they are with kids, because they freaking suck with adults. But it got me thinking, like, I did prepared speech when I was in school, and I loved it. I did it when I was a senior, and I really wish that I would have known about the opportunity when I was a junior, because if I could, I totally would have done it more than just the one time. I went to state with it. I was gold, and I got gold in local, silver in regional, and 5th in state. And the girl who beat me out in regionals actually came number 1 in state, and she went to the national championship. Her speech was phenomenal. I got to practice with her, and I got to interact with her and everything. She was a really cool person. So, but what I'm saying is, there are all these motivational speakers that me and my fiance listen to now. And he's expressed interest in thinking that it would be really cool, and he'd be really good at it, being a motivational speaker, like pursuing actual speaking engagements, things of that nature. I think that's awesome. I think that he'd be really good at it. I know that he's really inspiring to me. I know that he's a really great leader. I know that as a manager, he has definitely gotten the attention, the positive attention of people that he supervises. He's really good at it. And if it's something that, you know, comes to full fruition for him or whatever, that would be really, really awesome. I think he'd be really good at it. But I got to thinking, and I've had a saying for a while, like a long while actually. And I used to post about it a lot more often. I used to talk about it a lot more often on my vlogs and everything. I feel like every pain point, every problem can be boiled down to one of two things. Either a communication issue or a teamwork issue. I think that no matter what it is that you're dealing with, if you had to boil it all the way down, you either have a communication problem or a teamwork problem. And like that seriously is with everything. Like if you think about anything at all, any problem that you have, I guess it first came to my attention. Hold on. It first came to my attention way back when I was working at Infocision. With well, it's now Spectrum, but Time Warner Cable Business Class. Before it turned into Spectrum. On the Pac West. I was on the Pac West team. And I thought it was funny because there were a lot of issues that the company had, that Infocision had, and that Spectrum had, that could be boiled all the way down to one of two things: a communication issue or a teamwork issue. And I used to joke all the time, like, how can a company based purely on and whose sole job is to improve communications have a communication issue? Like, and sending an email is not a difficult thing, right? Like, reaching people, I mean, that's just, it's what you do. It's what you do. A company that literally sells phone and internet has a really shitty ability to use phone and internet to connect and communicate with their team. And it used to drive me insane because I'm like, how can a communication company suck at communication? So I guess that's when it first became like a huge thing to me. And then over time, it just kind of became one of those things that I see in everything. Like, even when you think about like all the little things that you feel like you repeat to your kids on a daily basis, right? Like, you just tell them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You could either say your communication isn't working, like you're not on their level, or they're not focusing on what you're trying to tell them, or whatever. That's communication, right? And then teamwork would be your willingness to let them work on it and recognizing that they're working on something, and their ability to work on that something with you. Teamwork, right? Teamwork and communication. That's it. That's it. How often are huge mistakes made because of a tiny blip of miscommunication? Or you've got two people on a team that are working awesome, but like are working against each other, and they're communicating like crap, or should I say they're communicating constantly, but since they're not working as a team, all the communication in the world isn't doing anything. Everything can be broken down to communication and teamwork. So I kind of spliced the words together a couple years ago, and I used the term CommuniTeam. Communication and teamwork. CommuniTeam. And I really feel like the point to this whole rant is at different times I'm like, you know, I really feel like I could probably put together a motivational speech or some type of workshop based on CommuniTeam, and I could travel with that really easily, and I could get a lot of enjoyment out of speaking to a room full of people that on a topic that people are automatically going to go into, going like, oh my god, why do I have to sit through this? This is stupid, whatever. And end up with a room full of people who went, you know, I do really freaking suck at that. So I get it. I really feel like I could gently make people aware of shortfalls that they're not really giving enough thought or credit to. And I was thinking, I'm like, you know, if I could get some of the biggest influential administrative people from my school district together in a room, and for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, talk to them about how critical that it is to get everybody back on the same page and work together as a team for the same goals and to improve communication efforts and improve the way they communicate, that if they all just worked as a team, or if they all tried a little bit harder to improve their communication skills, I think that a lot of the problems that people have with the school district and that the school district has with itself would almost dissipate entirely. Because I really do feel like being friendly on the phone is not a hard thing. Like, I've done it. I've also worked in collections. I mean, I've been in the positions that people seem to just not be able to grasp the concept of. And they're not hard concepts. They're just things that people do not enjoy recognizing or straight up refuse to recognize in themselves. And I don't know, man, it kind of grinds my gears because they're not difficult things. Like, even someone who communicates like crap with most people has somebody they communicate well with. And quite honestly, just that in itself, not being aware of how you communicate, or not being aware that you don't ever really try to communicate in a way that is beneficial with each individual person you communicate with, that can throw up brick walls faster than you can say go gadget brick. Like, it's not hard. Teamwork is basically working together for a common goal, or with a common goal in mind. And communication is as simple as put a frickin' smile on your face and at least fake it. Like, it's not hard. That's not all you should strive for. You should obviously strive for much better than that. But if in communication you at least focused on faking it, faking positivity, maybe if you faked positivity long enough, negativity wouldn't be such a natural reaction for you. I don't know. Every single time I talk to the school, I feel like if they just worked on either one ever, that the communications that I have with them wouldn't be so freaking painful and daunting to have. Like, the attitudes that they throw. Honest to God, my toddlers act better than most of the administrative professionals that I have to deal with at that school. Oh boy. But that's my get ready with me rant for the day. I'm gonna keep the braid buns because I got shit to do.